In today's video, I'm going to be going over question 3, which involves writing a Python class named component that includes the following attributes and methods. So as we can see here, what I have created is that I've actually created the class and I've named it component. And the first thing that I wrote was this class attribute called number of components, which I initialized to be equal to 0. So what this attribute is going to do is that every time the code is ran, it's going to keep track of the number of instances created. And so we want this initially to be set equal to 0. The next step is to start creating the methods. So the init method is first tasked to initialize all the instance attributes. So first we define init to contain name, component type, and efficiency. And so to initialize these, we're going to use the self.name equals name in order to recall it whenever we need to. The second thing we need in our init constructor is to increment the number of components by 1 each time a new instance is created. So for that, we're going to take the component class, and within that class, specifically, we want to access the number of components, and we're going to add 1 every time the program is ran. The next step is to create the str method. So we want this method to return a string that basically states the component name and the component type. So that's very simple. We're just going to return an f string, and we're going to set it the same format, but when we call the name and the component type, we're going to use these names right here. So the self dot must be in the name. Okay. Last but not least, the last method is the adjust efficiency one. So this one requires that we increase the efficient attribute by a percentage value, where the percentage is in either a float or an integer. So we want to take self-efficiency and redefine this. So we're going to want to take self-efficiency and multiply it by 1 plus a percentage divided by 100. And when we ran it, we thought that it would be better if this number were rounded. So we put the round function, and we're rounding this decimal to 2 decimal places. And when we run this program, they should all pass. And yeah, so that is the solution for question 3.